on your doorbell?
No.
You come to our house right now. Y'all ring our doorbell. Gloria's going to answer the phone.
And I'll talk to you.
And see you. And
Right now.
record.
Well, hey, wait right here. Let me run over to the house and
We'll show you.
All right, you want to talk about
we'll try it. We'll try it. Right. Yeah.
how do you become lucky?
Win the
Or what
lottery.
is luck? Or
Is
what,
that
well,
what is
winning
your,
the
wait a minute,
lottery?
it's your segment. What are you talking about?
I'm starting a new thing on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and my website. Brad's got a shot of it. It's called Man Skills, and I'm just going to put one out every day. And so this is the one I started with. Luck favors the prepared. I don't believe in luck. I don't believe people are lucky. The best definition of luck I've ever heard is when opportunity meets preparation.
All right, so let me ask you that right now. So I've been in broadcasting 40 years. 40,
Yeah.
So is
this is my 43rd year I'm into right now.
Yeah.
Just started. If somebody offers me $10 million for my TV station, is that luck?
No, of course not. You've been doing it for 40 years, and you put yourself in a position so that when an opportunity presented itself, you were prepared for it. It's just like Danny. Danny didn't get lucky to start getting to do movies. He was prepared when the opportunities came up.
You know, somebody had commented on Danny's Facebook page saying, "You're so lucky to work with all those stars." I'm like, that's not luck. He has worked hard to get there.
It's like David Hood. Bass player for the Swampers. David and I were talking when I interviewed him on the podcast, and one of his a guy he mentors is a guy named Jason Isbell. Jason's a big country music star. Jason asked him one day, he said, "How did you get all these jobs? How have you always kept busy as a session player and whatever?" And he said, "You know, it's just real simple. I always showed up on time. I was prepared. I was easy to get along with, and my gear always worked."
Yeah, that's a big ego business there.
Right, and what was it? It wasn't that he was lucky, and David will tell you now he's not the best bass player he's ever heard. He learned from a guy named Donald Duck Dunn. I mean, but he was just prepared so that when the opportunities came along.
Can you learn to be lucky?
No, you can learn to be
Win the
prepared.
lottery, if you go in and you buy $1 and you win the lottery, is that
That's
luck?
luck.
No, that was an opportunity.
You did it.
You
You
prepared.
took
You
the
bought a
time.
ticket. I bought my lottery
Tell me
ticket.
I'm lucky because of who I'm married to. They don't realize
clear.
the 3 marriages I went through to get to this one.
You were prepared so that when the opportunity came along, she looked at you and said, "Well, maybe all the rough edges, most of them are knocked off now."
Maybe is a very big word. Yes.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe,
He's
maybe,
persistent.
maybe is a big word, but everybody always talks about. I hate it. Tiger Woods is another great example. Everybody talks about, you know, he was lucky. No, Tiger Woods hit 1,000 golf balls a day to prepare when the opportunity came along. You know, and the reason I don't like to hear the word luck is it makes guys lazy.
Question.
Okay.
When Auburn played Georgia
Yep.
the week before the kick 6,
Yep.
and the guy should have knocked and tried to knock the ball down.
Do you know what happened? There was an opportunity. The guy didn't knock the ball.
That was
The
pure
Auburn
luck,
player,
Steve.
no. The Auburn
I
player,
disagree.
no. The Auburn player was prepared because he'd been taught to stay with the play until the whistle blows. If he had done what most players do, which as soon as he saw the, well, I could have had that on Facebook Live. That would have been awesome. He was prepared. It's the same thing with.
So you don't believe in luck?
No, not at all. Because luck makes people lazy. Because people say I'm either lucky or I'm unlucky or I'm just going to wait around and not do anything until I get lucky. I don't believe in. No, there's no such thing as luck. Ask Nick Saban, does he believe in luck? He'll tell you the same thing. No, there's no luck to it.
Hard work.
I was telling Gloria this the other day. We're coming back. Was at the beach. And really don't have nothing to do with luck, I don't think. But you could say it's got something we're talking about. Back when I left 31
Yeah.
on a contract dispute.
You got out negotiated by M.D. Smith.
He wanted something they
I
said no.
wanted something he wasn't willing to give up. But anyway, Cactus Gay, the legendary engineer, lived in Scottsboro. He used to come through Cherry Tree where I used to live, and that was a shortcut in the Huntsville to work.
Okay.
He stopped by one day after I'd left, and I'm out there in front of that house I built, and he said, "You know, you're like a thoroughbred racehorse. You're going to win a bunch of races for us, but every now and then you're going to turn around and you're going to kick us right in the head."
Kick the owner right in the head. Yeah, kick the owner right in the head. That's a good saying. I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
It is a good.
one of the things a buddy of mine named Gary Lamb and I have been talking about some different business deals that we might do, and he listens to a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk, who's all over social media about how to build businesses and stuff. And Vaynerchuk has a really interesting point of view. He says you got to look at being an entrepreneur about like being an MMA fighter. You're not going to go undefeated. nobody in mixed martial art has ever gone undefeated. And that's just kind of the way it is with life, is that
It's just like getting fired.
you're going to lose
It's just
sometime,
like
or you're going to get fired. You're going to overplay your hand with MD.
Fired, I accidentally quit.
You accidentally, how do you accidentally quit?
Opening your big mouth, you shut up. I can tell you that.
I mean, in the
You
thing
believe in
is,
yourself
you gotta
way
get
more.
fired.
But once you do it, it's over and you got to live with it.
Right, it is, and not everything's going to be a home run. And so many, again, that goes back to the luck thing. The other thing is people think that everything works out good for successful people, right?
I don't think so.
No, but there's all these overnight successes, these 20-year overnight successes or 10-year overnight successes, because
Working with a great product.
Right. Well, they don't know that they failed a whole bunch of other times. A friend of mine was on staff at the largest Baptist church in the world, at Saddleback Baptist Church in California. And he said, Dee, everybody wants to copy everything. Rick Warren's the pastor. He said, everybody wants to copy what we do and what Rick does. He said, they don't understand that only 20% of the stuff that we try works.
Oh.
And that's just the stuff that gets promoted.
How do people find out all about you?
DeeLauderdale.com and on Instagram. The new book probably will come out September, October, because I'm doing a men's event in September, and I'm going to write the book to use for the men's event. So it'll probably come out September, October, which is good. I like having a deadline now. It's going to keep me focused, and because Danny talks about acting being the hardest thing in the world, I think writing a book's the hardest thing in the world.
All right. Dee Lauderdale.
Good to see you again.
A couple of weeks.
Can you get lucky and
DeeLauderdale.com.
bend that back?
No.
Taking a break. Danny Benson, our movie star buddy, coming up next. Y'all hang on.